Well, good morning, Americans, patriots, Christian brothers and sisters alike. How are you doing? Well, as you saw in the title, when you recognize that everything on this planet is a spiritual battle between good and evil, then you'll know how to handle your problems and how to fix them and where it stems from, so you can get to the root of the problem. Now, the other day we saw Iran launch a ridiculous, insanely attack that didn't get through thanks to the Iron Dome. And the technology that came from the Patriot missile of the first Gulf War, which came from the Star Wars program that Reagan started, that everyone laughed at, and all of a sudden I don't hear the left laughing anymore about what Reagan did. That's why those idiots should be defeated at all costs. But then you heard people like Steve Scalise say, well, first you heard Chuck Schumer say that we're going to stand with Israel no matter what, after he's the same clown that said Benjamin Netanyahu needs to go and the Likud party needs to go, and there needs to be new elections there. So he's calling for elections in a country he has no business even talking about. Because first of all, I wouldn't listen to that idiot in the first place. But then you have the problem of Steve Scalise saying, well, maybe we should consider that Israeli bill. The Israeli bill is really the border bill. And the border bill means having to fund Taiwan, Israel, Ukraine, the money laundering scheme, in order to get money down to the border. And the money going down the border would only be used to process the illegals faster. But Scalise is starting to fall apart. And now it seems like Mike Johnson, who seems to be even worse than Kevin McCarthy, is folding under the pressure. Or he's in on it. Or he's blackmailed. I'm telling you right now, if this country thinks they're going to go against Israel and not pay for it, they're nuts. You think it's a coincidence that as we approach Passover, and before that we had Purim. If you know what Purim is, go read the book of Esther. How the Jews were rescued from annihilation from Haman. That we've had tornadoes all of a sudden striking down a little early in the season. We've had some very severe thunderstorms, especially up here where I am. Nothing devastating, but it's like a warning sign. And of course, then you had the earthquake and the aftershocks, which happened in New Jersey, which happens to be the same size as Israel. And if you know your history, that part of Jersey played a big part of the Revolutionary War. Many battles were fought there, including George Washington's surprise attack on Christmas Day. And as the attacks on each other in the Middle East get increased, what do we see now? Yesterday, we saw at the second longest suspension bridge in the country, the Golden Gate Bridge, Palestinian protesters block traffic. Here in New York, we saw the first largest suspension bridge, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, which connects Brooklyn to Staten Island, get blocked. And somehow, up here where I am, we saw the Newburgh Beacon Bridge, which connects Orange County and Dutchess County, also get blocked. Now again, this area has a very significant and fight in the Revolutionary War also. History always repeats. Everything is a spiritual battle. And you have to wonder, oh, by the way, if you didn't know also, that last week the Verrazano Narrows Bridge also got hit with a barge. Now, unlike the garbage bridge in Baltimore, the Verrazano has super thick concrete protection around its pillars. But you gotta wonder, is that a warning sign? I don't know. But you also got to look out now for the George Washington Bridge, because who's George Washington? The father, they call him the father of our country, the face of the $1 bill. The man who helped win the Revolutionary War, the first president of the United States. And that bridge goes from the Bronx in New York City, and it's a heavy, well, probably one of the most used bridges in the United States, into Jersey, into a lot of those areas where the earthquake took. I'm surprised the Palestinian demonstrators didn't go there yesterday. I should probably keep my mouth shut, because I'm sure they're probably headed there next. How big is that bridge? You have an upper and a lower level of constant traffic. Anyone who's ever been over that bridge will tell you, unless you're traveling between the hours of 1 a.m. and maybe 4:30 a.m., there's always traffic there, even on the weekends. But keep the country in prayer, everyone. We're facing a lot of spiritual demons. A lot of spiritual demons. History always repeats. As I said, when you recognize a spiritual battle, you know how to pray, you know what to pray for, and you know how to attack the problem. And you wonder, what else is next? I'm sure the Israelis are going to counterattack for that. It's a matter of time when and how and what will they nail. As Joe Biden continues to fund both sides, both the Iran and Israel, and try to make believe he's a good guy when he's the instigator of both sides. All this, you have the ridiculous trial of Donald Trump in New York City, a corrupt BS trial in a BS judicial system in New York City going on. They keep saying over and over again, the first president, retired or current, to ever go under criminal charges. This is not even a criminal charge, man. For crying out, the fact that you're trying to use a porn star to bring down Donald Trump. A washed up, ugly one nonetheless. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. We're about, almost 200 days from Election Day, and now you want to go after him? If these charges were so serious, why did you wait till election year? Because you didn't know if Donald Trump was going to run for president next time, which you probably should have figured he was going to run. So if these charges are so serious, you should have gotten him after he got out of office. But you didn't. And now as Fani Willis begins to fall apart, as you see, her own team now are cooperating with Jim Jordan, the GOP, for all the corruption that's been going on in office. And apparently her predecessor was doing something similar. I guess her predecessor had a crush on one of her witnesses and tried to shower him with gifts and all that stuff. Oh, jeez. And then there's still the felony Fani Willis committed illegally wiretapping a phone call in Maryland and destroying client attorney privilege. I mean, this woman is a Nazi. And by the way, if you have noticed that since she became DA and got a job that pays about, I think, $120,000 a year, she has somehow now has a net worth of $8-9 million. How is that possible? I've never been a DA, but I've made more money than that. Let me tell you, I made some investments. We're talking about whitewater stuff now. But no one wants to talk about that. And meanwhile, here in New York, Letitia James is just full apart now. She wants to go after the bond company that bonded Donald Trump, saying that they're not real bond company. My goodness in heaven. Can you see and smell the panic in the air? Links down below. Keep the country in prayer. Jesus Christ is still king. God's in control. Keep Donald Trump in prayer. And for all you people who says, well, ain't no way God would choose Donald Trump. Well, let me tell you about King David. King David was a man after God's heart, but he was still very imperfect, screwed up a lot. I'm telling you right now, my goodness, if social media had existed back in the days of King David, how long do you think he would have lasted? Just saying. Again, links will be down in the description box. What's your opinion? I'd like to know. Leave your comments down below. And God bless you all.